Sa lungkot at ligaya, kami pa rin ang iyong paboritong tambayan. Broadcasting live from TVH Group of Networks. Ang iyong hipilan, ang iyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
You are listening to Cool FM, live from Cool Studios. This is Cool News at 4.
Good afternoon, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. It is now 4:01 p.m. and this is Cool News at 4. You are listening to Cool FM nationwide and also on News Radio 93.1, where we share today's stories that care for you. Let's begin with our headlines. Vice President Duterte should heed the advice of her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, to get out of politics as soon as possible, House Minority Leader Marcelino Liponan said on Sunday. This came after the Vice President revealed on Saturday that she had already tasked someone to kill President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., First Lady Lisa Ayala Marcos, and House Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez if she were to be killed. Liponan said the Vice President lacks both the gumption and the grace required of a national leader. She is clearly unlike her father. It would appear that she makes crucial judgments and issues utterly reckless pronouncements without any preparation or thoughtful consideration, he said. We strongly urge the Vice President to listen to her father's counsel for her to step away from politics before it's too late, he added. Former President Duterte made the remark during a press conference in Davao City last November 8. In that, just be thankful to God that your father became president and you became vice president. That's very rare for one family. Not all families in the Philippines experience that. Let's just be grateful. Now, as fast as you can, get out of politics, he said. He also urged his daughter to focus on other pursuits such as earning a living through her profession or running a business. Government and private sector in Negros Occidental have vowed to support an energy development roadmap which aims to guide local industry in all matters concerning energy. Rafael Coscuyula, provincial consultant on energy and environmental concerns, presented the Secure Negros Energy Development Roadmap during a provincial energy summit at Nature's Village Resort in Talisay City, Negros Occidental on November 21. Coscuyula pushed for an executive order establishing Secure Negros as a provincial flagship program and proposed adopting the roadmap as its implementing guide. Negros Occidental Governor Eugenio Jose Lacson welcomed the creation of the roadmap, which intends to have a reliable energy for Negros Occidental by 2030. The goal of Secure Negros is ambitious. The goal, when taken in the light of today's realities, speaks of the challenges we face ahead, he said. The summit participants, including Lacson and Vice Governor Jeffrey Ferrer, signed a covenant of commitment to a unified vision of a sustainable and energy secure future for Negros Occidental. Meanwhile, House Deputy Majority Leader and Ladino First District Representative Apol Ortega V. on Saturday criticized Vice President Duterte's recent outbursts and dramatic behavior, urging her to face the probe into the alleged misuse of her office confidential fund. In a statement, Ortega said Duterte should explain how she spent the office of the Vice President's CF instead of resorting to theoretics that, for the most part, made no sense. If she is capable of making bold statements that seem nonsensical, then she should also be able to face the Blue Ribbon Committee and explain the use of the 600.5 million pesos confidential funds. Enough with the drama and trickery, Ortega said in Filipino. Last Friday night, Duterte revealed during an online press conference that she had instructed an individual to kill President Ferdinand Bobo Marcos Jr., First Lady Lisa Ayala Marcos, and House Speaker Martin Romualdez if she were to be killed. I already talked to a person. I told the person, if they kill me, kill Bobo Marcos, Lisa Arrieta, and Martin Robbie Alves. No joke, no joke. I have left instructions, she said in Filipino. Malacanang announced on Saturday that the vice president's remark constitutes an active threat and has been referred to the Presidential Security Command for immediate proper action. Ortega stressed that such behavior is unbecoming of a vice president. Instead of making seemingly unintelligible threats, she should use that energy to clarify the serious allegations surrounding her office, he added. He also pointed out that if the daughter had nothing to hide, she would have the courage to face the Blue Ribbon Committee and attend the hearings on the OVP-CF. This is her chance to show the Filipino people that she values accountability and governance. If you're brave with your words, I hope you will also be brave in providing an explanation, he said. Public accountability is not a performance. It's about honesty, integrity, and respect for the rule of law. Enough with the drama. Face the Blue Ribbon Committee. A pastor of the United Church of Christ in the Philippines and his seven co-accused have finally been free from prison after more than 5 years behind bars. UCCP Pastor Jimmy Devebs and his churchmates Jodito Montesino, Jeppy Romano, Jasper Aguyong, Rogelio Sampanao, Eliseo Andres, and Rodrigo Mendes stepped out of the Negros Occidental District Jail in Bago City on November 19. Another one of the accused, Susan Mendes, was freed on Monday, November 18. Tevez and his co-accused, known as the Himalayan Seven, were acquitted of 2 counts of murder and 7 counts of frustrated murder. The case is in connection with the death of 2 army soldiers, PFC Vicente Marcon and um, hold on. Sergeant Sandy Arevalo and the injury of 7 others. This happened in an encounter in Barangay Tanawan, Alan City on May 12, 2018, 2 days before barangay elections. Judge Ronnie Bangua of the Regional Trial Court Branch 61 in Alan City, Negros Occidental found no sufficient evidence against Tevez and his companions. The inquiry tried to get a testament from the army to no avail. Lawyer Ray Gorgonio, the counsel of the accused, was elated with the court's decision, saying his clients were red tagged and falsely accused by authorities. We emphasize with the families of those who died and were injured in the encounter, but it is also wrong to imprison those who were innocent of the charges. It does not result in justice, but rather exacerbates injustice, Gorgonio said in a statement. Except for Tevez, the other accused worked as far as in Barangay Buena Vista, Himalayan, Gorgonio said. Devebs testified that he is a pastor of the UCCP and the other accused were his churchmates. They are also members of the Tribu Ituman, which is an ignorant people's group whose goal is to help farmers. Judge Leo's expressed relief over the acquittal, calling it a victory for truth and justice. The acquittal of Pastor Devebs and company is an answer prayer of the whole church, the UCCP said in a statement. It also serves as a testament to the power of community support, it added. The UCCP has been vocal throughout the trial, offering support to the Himalayan Seven, denouncing what they described as a miscarriage of justice. In its ruling released on Monday, the court considered the testimonies of the prosecution witnesses as insufficient to prove the guilt of the accused. A criminal case rises and falls on the strength of the prosecution's evidence and not on the weakness of the defense, Macua said. While the prosecution may have successfully established that all the elements for the crime of murder are present in this case, the court said it cannot render a judgment establishing a finding of guilt when the identity of the perpetrators and the crime is doubtful. The accused offered no evidence but the twin defenses of denial and alibi. He said they were preparing for the elections on May 14, 2018, the judge noted. But while denial and alibi are indeed inherently weak defenses, these cannot be simply rejected when the particular circumstances of the arrest and their out-of-court identification cast serious doubts on the reliability of the eyewitnesses' testimonies, he concluded. It is now 4:10 p.m. as we will return with more news headlines right here on koolNews at 4. Stay along with us. We will be right back.
This koolNews edition was brought to you by Your Ace Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Star Wax Floor Wax with waterproof formula, long-lasting shine. Star Wax Floor Wax, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Yakult Probiotic Drink. Yakult, panalo ka tiyan. Fujidenso Home and Commercial Appliances, where you get reliable, durable, and energy-saving products. Upgrade your usual appliances of Fujidenso HV inverter appliances. Fujidenso, quality above all. And Delsat TV. Enjoy SD and high-definition channels when you subscribe to Delsat TV. Araw-araw ang ating Pasko sa iyong himpilan, ang inyong tahanan.
Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Iwasan ang mahabang pila. Ang pandaraya sa buwis, bayan ang maghihinagpis. Tamang buwis ay bayaran sa ikaunlad ng bayan. Lahat tayo ay magtulong-tulong. Paghingi ng resibo ay isulong. Iwasan makandado. Magbayad ng wasto. Sa BIR magparehistro bago magnegosyo para hindi makalaboso. Magbayad ng maaga.
Isang public service announcement mula po sa 101.3 Radyo natin Ujongan at BIR RDO number 35 Romblon.
Ang kailangan ng Pilipino, bigas, hindi angas, kabuhayan, kaligtasan, hindi bardagulan, hanap buhay, hindi hanap away, hindi gera sa politika, kundi gera kontra ang gutom. Ang Pilipino, hindi lang dapat puro ambisyon, dapat ay may solusyon. Senator Amy Marcos po, unahin ang pagkain.
Imang Juan mo na! Biglang traffic, di ba bad trip? Imang Juan mo na! Sunod-sunod na exam. Imang Juan mo na! Pauwi na sana, nag-OT pa. Imang Juan mo na! Bukas ng wallet, puro barya. Imang Juan mo na! Push lang! Push lang! Basta may sarap ng pinagsamang asim at lutong ng chicharon ni Mang Juan. Available rin sa Crispos at Trope. Push lang! Imang Juan mo na!
Sa CR? Safeguard Arctic Fresh lang yan, nak. May cooling bango. At patay ang 99.9% of germs sa tested bacteria. Yung ibang sabon, hanggang lamig lang. Ito, may germ protection.
Oh, Mommy, wag na tayo bibili ng iba, ha? Dito lang tayo sa Safeguard Arctic Fresh. Shoo away germs. Safeguard Arctic Fresh. Germs off, air can cool on.
Results may vary.
Sa bawat unos, may kalakip na pag-asa. Sa bawat pagsubok, may bagong simula. Para sa mga SMEs, kooperatiba, korporasyon o power utility na apektado ng sakuna, naririto ang Land Bank Cares Plus program para sa inyo. Layunin ng Land Bank na matulungan kayong makaangat at makabalik sa normal ang inyong business operations upang matulungan ang inyong komunidad na makaahon. Ang Land Bank Cares Plus Lending Program ay maaasahang suporta para sa inyong muling pag-angat. For more details, visit the Land Bank Lending Center near you or call 02-8405-700 or visit www.landbank.com. Your future powered by Land Bank.
Birit na sana kaso parang may gumagasgas. Ganyan ang ubong may plemang mahirap ilabas. Mag-Plemex Forte Syrup. Gawa sa natural na lagundi. Tinutunaw ang plema. Pinipigil ang ubo. Ramdam ang hagod ng ginhawa. Sing your heart out. Basta lagundi, Plemex. Mabibili ang Plemex Forte Syrup 60ml at 120ml sa mga pangunahing butika nationwide. Vitex Nagundo L is a generic name of Plemex Forte. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Sakit ng katawan buong araw at work? No worries! Just patch Salon Pass para maghatid ng direct ingredient penetration pang mabilisan within 30 minutes ay pang matagalang relief na dumidikit hanggang 8 oras. Patch, shoulder, neck, back, body pain, patch, Salon Pass.
Methylsalicylate dimethyl tocopherol acetate DL Camphor is a generic name of Salonpas. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Basta para sa anak ko, ito todo buhos ang nutrisyon.
Dahil ngayon, ang Birch Tree Fortified may tripleng tulong sa kalusugan niya. Helps with immunity, bone health, at brain function. With a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle for those age 3 and above.
Yan ang Lakas Depensa Plus Support Nutrients.
Araw-gabi tayong dalawa.
With Birch Tree Fortified.
Support nutrients refer to vitamins A and C for immunity, calcium and phosphorus for bone health, and zinc for brain function.
Hindi birong maging isang ina. Dapat hands-on ka sa maraming bagay, lalo na sa mga iniinom na gamot. Dapat ready ka. Kaya kapag may sakit sa pamilya ko, gaya ng sakit ng ulo, sakit sa katawan na may kasamang lagnat dulot ng sipon, allergic rhinitis o sinusitis, Simdex D ang ipinapainom ko. Gamot laban sa sintomas ng trangkaso. Simdex D is available in Mercury Drug Stores and other drug stores near you. Phenylpropanolamine hydrochloride malate paracetamol is the generic name of Simdex D. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Also available Simdex D Syrup for kids and Simdex D Forte for adults.
Nay, dali ragod nay na ako'y capsule nay ba nga lami kini siya nay. Nindot kini para sa imong maintenance nay.
Unsa man na Magnum C nga capsule?
Dili nay lahi ni siya nay. Epektibo pag kaayo ni nga kapsula nay.
Dili ko ana. Magnum C ra jud ako ang capsule. Ug paimnon ko nimo ana, di nataka ilhon nga apo. Maunang Magnum C ra jud ako. Kasabot ka?
Di na jud mapugngan ang pagsalig sa katawhan sa Magnum C, the most trusted by seniors. Laging healthy sa Magnum C.
Spice ganda!
And my for Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals.
Huwag nang gumastos ng sobra-sobra pa.
99 pesos na lang, sulit busog ka na!
Ang mabusugera.
Extra rice sa ireramba. Extra busog sa Crispy Chicken Filet Meal at Crispy Chicken Filet ala King Meal na may extra rice na. 99 pesos lang in all stores.
Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals, 99 pesos na lang. Ang mabusugera.
Mas matindi na ang init at ulan ngayon. Kaya dapat Elastosil na with Solasomer 3X formula. UV resistant, puno na flexible premium polymers. Matibay, 3 times sa tumatagal. Versus competing brand. Tag-init o tag-ulan, Elastosil mo yan. Pioneer, do it right.
With Sprite, kayang-kaya mo yan. Cool ka lang, steady ka lang muna mag-Sprite ka lang dyan.
Kahit always blooming bango sa Surf and Gone.
New Surf Satin Fresh and Bloom. May 3 times ang may power shield. Kaya,
Kahit always blooming bango sa Surf and Gone.
based on lab test and select fabric versus detergent powder only. Surf!
Araw-araw ang ating Pasko sa iyong himpilan, ang iyong tahanan.
Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Welcome back to koolNews at 4. Let's continue with our headlines. A lawmaker is facing charges in connection with the killing of a former barangay captain in Tigbuyan Town, Iloilo. Major Ronaldo Arano, spokesperson of the Iloilo Provincial Police Office, said the Tigbuyan Municipal Police Station filed charges against Representative Pulax Attorney Chris Colada for allegedly being an accessory to a murder. The charge was filed at the Provincial Prosecutor's Office on November 14. Colada represents the party list ang Asosasyon sang Mangguguma ng Bisaya o Mangguguma Incorporated. Aside from this case, Colada is also accused of violating Republic Act 10591 or the Comprehensive Firearms and Immunization Regulation Act linked to the October 24 murder of Giovanni Triste, a former village chief of San Rafael in Digbaguantao. The inquiry tried to get Colanda's side through his party list Facebook account and his office in Congress, but was told by his staff member that they will respond to the issue through their office in Iloilo. As of afternoon of November 19, Colada and his staff members have yet to get back to the inquiry. Colada is the husband of Mayor Jennifer Garin Colada of Guimbao, Iloilo. He succeeded his sister-in-law, now Energy Undersecretary Sharon Garin, as the party list representative in the 2022 elections. Colada owned the gun used in the killing of Triste, the police said. His ownership was confirmed by the Philippine National Police Regional Civil Security Unit. Arano, however, cannot confirm how Colanda's .45 caliber gun was used by John Castro Jr. in killing Triste. The police official, however, said the proceedings will allow the congressman to properly answer the charges against him. The alleged assailant Castro is a former member of the Iloilo City government's task force anti-squatting and illegal structures. He surrendered to the Iloilo City Police Office on October 28 after a case of murder was filed against him on the same day. The police subsequently filed charges of accessory to a murder against Colanda after investigation showed that he owned the gun. The purpose as to why we filed this case is for Colanda to explain why his firearm was able to reach up to this crime, Arano said in a phone interview on Monday, November 18. And a magnitude 4 earthquake struck a town in Surigao del Sur on Sunday, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology said. According to PhilFox, the earthquake was located east of Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur, and occurred at 10:31 a.m. The tremor, which was tectonic in origin, had a shallow depth of 16 kilometers. It was connected to a magnitude 7.4 Surigao del Sur earthquake on December 2, 2023, which recorded almost 3,000 aftershocks. This is an aftershock of the 2023 December 02 MW 7.4 offshore Surigao del Sur earthquake event. PhilFox Bulletin read. No damage or additional aftershocks are expected from this event. And now let's get onto the international headlines. The deal reached at UN climate talks in Azerbaijan ramps up the money that wealthy historic emitters will provide to help poor nations transition to cleaner energy and adapt to global warming. Here are the main points of the agreement reached at COP29 in Baku. So we have $300 billion under a framework established by the UN in 1992. 23 developed countries and the European Union historically responsible for most planet-heating emissions are obliged to contribute to climate finance. The Baku Accord raises the amount of money that developed countries must provide to at least $300 billion per year by 2035. It is higher than the $100 billion that is currently required under a previous agreement that runs until next year. But it falls well short of the $500 billion that some developing countries had demanded at the front negotiations in Baku. The deal states that the money will come directly from a wide variety of sources, including government budgets, private sector investment, and other financing. It also cites alternative sources, a reference to potential global taxes under discussion on the aviation and maritime industries and the rich. The hope is that the money from developed countries will help boost environment investment to reach an ambitious goal written into the deal of delivering at least $1.3 trillion per year by the next decade. That is the amount that experts commissioned by the United Nations said was needed by 2035. With these funds and with this structure, we are confident that we will reach the 1.3 trillion objective. EU Climate Commissioner Wopke Kostra told fellow COP29 delegates. The United States and EU had pushed to broaden the donor base to include countries that are still listed as developing but have now become wealthy, such as China and Saudi Arabia. But China, the world's second biggest economy and top emitter of greenhouse gases, has steadfastly refused to change its status while recalling that it already provides bilateral aid. The deal states that developed nations would be taking the lead in providing the $300 billion, implying that others could join. The text encourages developing countries to make contributions that would remain voluntary. There was one novelty: the climate finance that developing countries such as China provide via multilateral development banks will count towards the $300 billion goal. It is also a matter of fairness and of importance to us that all those with the ability to do so should contribute, Hoekstra said. Therefore, it is good, given the size of the problem, that we enlarge the contributor base on a voluntary basis. And the negotiations were also the scene of disagreements within the developing world. The least developed countries bloc had asked that it receive $220 billion per year, while the Alliance of Small Island States wanted $39 billion, demands that were opposed by other developing nations. The figures did not appear in the final deal. Instead, it calls for tripling other public funds they receive by 2030. The next scope in Brazil in 2024 is expected to issue a report on how to boost climate finance for these countries. And the remaining members of the Bali 9 drug ring could be released from Indonesia and returned to Australia if ongoing talks succeed, a minister said Sunday. Indonesia police arrested the 9 Australians in 2005, convicting them of attempting to smuggle more than 8 kilograms of heroin off the holiday island of Bali. In a case that drew global attention to Indonesia's unforgiving drug laws, 2 of them will eventually be executed by firing squad, while others serve hefty prison sentence. Trade Minister Don Farrell said Australia was pushing to repatriate the 5 men who remain jailed in Indonesia. The discussions are ongoing, he told Sky News Australia. They would continue to serve their sentence, except they're serving them in Australia. We will see what happens in the days and weeks ahead. Australia's Foreign Affairs Department said it was providing consular support to the men and their families, and it would continue to advocate for the men's interest. Accused ringleaders Andrew Chan and Muran Sukumaran were executed by firing squad in 2015 despite repeated pledges from the Australian government. Tan Du Chan Nguyen died of cancer in 2018, months before Renee Lawrence was released after her sentence was commuted. Matthew Norman, C. D. Chen, Michael C. Yuga, Scott Rush, and Martin Stevens remain in jail. The youngest member of the group, Norman, was 80 years old at the time of his arrest. Muslim-majority Indonesia has some of the world's toughest drug laws, including the death penalty for traffickers. It is not uncommon for foreigners to be arrested for drug offenses in Bali, which attracts millions of visitors to its palm fringed beaches every year. And finally, into entertainment, the world premiere of Disney's Moana 2 sailed into Oahu, Hawaii on Thursday, along with the celebration of Pacific Islander heritage. In the storyline, 3 years have passed since Moana's adventures in the first hit film. At first, she was wondering if she could be a wayfinder, Auli'i Caravaho, who voices the title character, told Reuters. By the time we see her again, she's a master navigator. The film also takes Moana on a journey into the future, so she is traveling even further beyond the native Hawaiian actor Eric. Moana 2, directed by David Derek Jr., Justin Hen, and Donna Deox Miller, arrives in theaters on November 27th. It is almost 4:30 p.m. and that is it for koolNews at 4. As always, we will return at 6 p.m. for more latest news headlines. You can also send us your comments, suggestions, and feedback at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. Until then, my name is Cairo and this is koolNews. Take care and mabuhay. Good afternoon.